Well, we know that 200 fire officers responded to the event last night. They were here within 6 minutes, and as we've already said, they were the people running up the stairs while there were people clamouring to get out. We sometimes overlook the bravery of these fire officers, don't we? Let's speak to one of them who knows all about it. Bob Parkin is a former fire officer, now a fire safety consultant. He joins us from our Blackburn studio. Bob Parkin, good to talk to you. Give us an idea of what firefighters face when they go into a building that's burning like this one.
Sorry. Well, it's very difficult to move around. Basically, you are going into an area that's full of black fog. It's black smoke, but obviously, if you imagine fog, a very, very heavy fog that's black, you just can't see a thing through it. So when you move around, unless you've got imaging cameras, then you can only feel your way around very often. And obviously you can't breathe that smoke in. The smoke is quite poisonous, and so firefighters wear breathing apparatus to be able to go into that atmosphere to carry out search and rescue and firefighting, and it's very arduous, and the breathing apparatus has a limited life depending on the size of the air cylinder, and also on how hard the firefighter's working. If he's having to go up 10 flights, 20 flights of stairs through the smoke with breathing apparatus on, then that is going to use a considerable amount of air. So by the time they arrive at the floor that they need to be at, they sometimes or very often can't stay there very long because they have insufficient air to carry out whatever procedures they're going to carry out, and then they've got to get out of there before the air runs out, or at least before what is called the time of whistle, which is basically a safety margin with a small amount of reserve air.
And obviously getting water to the top floors is the biggest problem. We know that they could get water last night to the 12 floors, the first 12 floors, but after that point, what do you do to get water onto the fire in the upper floors?
Well, in a current build situation, there are what they call risers, dry risers and wet risers. You would find dry risers in lower buildings and wet risers in higher buildings. And basically a wet riser is a pipe which goes up through the staircase through each floor, and it's permanently charged with water. And at each level you've got landing valves where firefighters can connect hose into at each level. So the system should be designed to provide water to every level in the flats, and so that they don't need to carry heavy hose and drag hose up staircases and things like that.
Bob Parkin, thank you very much indeed for talking to us. Let's speak to another fire officer, someone who has direct